Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kwakadash, Yahweh who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahushua who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Want to give double honor to the apostles, a great millstone, put something in this truth. Want to give a peace and blessings to the eye came across the four corners of the earth, who teach this truth from risk life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, when I can get something from this video. I'm going to attempt to make this video again. I tried to upload it to YouTube, and I didn't have any sound, but I had sound on my screen recorder. But when I uploaded it to YouTube, I guess the sound wouldn't upload. You know, I don't know if it's Esau fucking with my shit, or I just need to remake the video. I don't know, but here's another one. And Lord willing, it's edifying. This is Malachi 4. It's like in Malachi 1 and 3, it says, "And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness." Okay, it says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." Now, if you do your history on the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, okay? And I want to be clear, not every so-called white person is an Edomite. Okay, just because someone looks white doesn't mean that they're Edom, okay? Vice versa. Just because someone is a dark complexion or look like an Israelite doesn't mean that they're an Israelite. Okay, this thing is of the spirit, okay? It's of the spirit, it's not of the flesh, okay? It doesn't matter what you look like. Okay, I want to be clear on that, okay? But for those who are Edomites, spirit in the spirit, who bloodline goes back forth to Edom, right? This is talking about you, right? Which, you know, the elites of this society, the people who run this society, the people who run this world, right? The wicked of the world, okay? This is Malachi 1 and 4 says, "Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." Now, when you do, if you Google anything about the Renaissance era, right? Renaissance means rebirth in French, okay? Now, it was a rebirth of what? It was a rebirth of the so-called white race. And what did they do? Okay, well, they did iconoclasm, right? They really took over Europe, okay? They took all the images and painted it white, right? Even scriptures say in 1 Maccabees 3 and 48, it says, matter of fact, let me just grab it because I don't want to bash it. The likeness of their images. Three and 48. Here we go. Right here it says, "And laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images." So this is why you see Caesar Borgia. You will see a blonde hair, blue-eyed guy, and they say, "Oh, this is the Lord," right? But you can't find that description anywhere in the Bible. You can't find that description of you can't find it in the Bible, right? Yahushua didn't look like that, okay? But when you do your research on that photo, that's not even, that's the Pope's son at that time, right? And what that's showing you was that these heathen, right, in particular, these Edomites are very proud, because for you to get the Bible, and some of them understand that it's real, right? For you to get the Bible and still, you know, paint the likeness of your images and lie and blaspheme, shows you that they don't care about the Lord, man. They never have, okay? It's not in them to care. No heathen does, okay? Matter of fact, let me get this example really quick. This is Exodus 5 and 1. It says, "And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice and let Israel go?" See, that's a proud saying. Who is the Lord, right? But they all feel like that. This is why, like, even when you do your research about the land of Samaria, right? When the northern kingdom was taken out and they went into captivity, you had the heathen come in and you had the heathen dwell there, right? And And what ended up happening was they were still worshiping their idols, worshiping their false ways. So the Lord sent lions on them, man. Right? And then the Levites had to go in there and teach them how to keep the law. Okay? And then, if I'm not mistaken, they were still, believing in their idols, because it's not in them to serve the Lord. It's not in them to do righteously. See, our people have that confused. They think that it's goodness in these people, and it's not. It's only goodness in these heathen when they benefit from it, right? It's only goodness when they sell you something, or it's only goodness when there's money involved, or they try to fuck over you, man. Right? Our people don't understand that. That's why you would trust in the heathen. That's why you trust in these people. That's why you run to these people and ask these people for help on certain different things, and they're lying to your face. That's why you people lined up to go get that shot, right? And what happened? Right? Now they coming out, you trusted in them, and now they coming out and saying that, oh, the shot was bad. Right? But who's going to hold who guilty? And we're sitting back telling you, like, hey, this is what happens when you trust in the heathen. Okay? It says, never trust thine enemy, for his iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. He's wicked, man. Okay? He's made to be wicked. Okay? Let me finish this. This is Exodus 5. And I finished 2. It says that I should obey his voice to let Israel go. I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. Okay? So that's his mindset. And really, that's all the heathen mindset, especially the modern day Pharaoh, which is the wicked of the world, which is Esau. Okay? Right? The elites of the society. Right? That's their mindset. That's their, when you go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, which we'll go real quick. Let's grab it real quick. It give you their whole little game plan. It says Wisdom of Solomon 2:1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Right? So what? They teach the YOLO spirit. Okay? The do as thy will spirit. The you only live once spirit. So what? People make that an excuse to do what the fuck they want to do, to please the flesh, not knowing, and I'm talking about Israelites, not knowing that right now we're in a grace period that so we can get right before destruction comes. But these heathen and Esau, on the other hand, tells you, no. You live once. Do fulfill the lust of your flesh. Do as thou wilt. That Aleister Crowley spirit, which he was a devil, man. Okay? Let me jump down to 4. It says, in our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. And this is, again, right, this is their attitude. This is their agenda. This is what they push. But in due time, they won't be remembered. They will be wiped off, because when you go to Obadiah, it tells you that there shall be no more remaining of the house of Esau. The Lord is going to do away with Esau. Okay? Just like we got in Malachi, right? It says what? The Lord said he hated Esau. But scriptures also say, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Jacob represents the Israelites. Okay? Right? Let's grab this. Isaiah 14:1, it says, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined unto them. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, and the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Now, which means what? We'll have the heathen in subjection. They had us in subjection. They oppressed us. right? I mean, how do you think America was built? How do you think it's continually built? And it's built off the backs of Israelites. But yet we have the least. Oh, our scriptures say uh, they speak lawfully concerning oppression because they haven't been oppressed like that, man. But in the kingdom, they will be oppressed, okay? And I don't want to hear about this third world country shit, whoop the whoop blah, because that's really their people doing it to the. Because if you live in China and you're Chinese, right, and your people ain't giving you shit, that's a you problem. If you dirt poor in your own country, that's a y'all problem. If you from Iraq, and which is Iraq is what considered to be a third world country. So if you from Iraq and you don't got shit, you around nothing but Arabs, man, and you're Arabic. That's a y'all problem. You know, that's a y'all problem. But y'all come over here, get grants, get loans, right? 0% interest rates, and y'all get the people, when y'all set up shop, y'all get the people to sell to, which is who? The Israelites. Because I did a video on a study. It's called The Black Dollar. And it was a couple years back, and the so-called black people, it says we spend our money, or we spend $5 every, or $5. It was either an hour or 5 hours for us to spend $5. While these other nations, it takes anywhere between 1 to 6 months for them to spend $5. Okay, so we're consumers, man. Our people are consumers. We get money, we spend it. 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 They don't do that. And if you look at the Amalekite community, they spend it with themselves. Jake don't spend it with each other. Jake go to their communities and get them rich. Jake would rather shit on each other. We would rather shit on each other and stun on each other and go spend our money with the heathen. That's what Jake would rather do. Because it's a big me, little you game, which is a fucking curse. Okay? This is back in Malachi. It says Malachi 1 and 4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. Okay, it says, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. Okay, but my point was in 4. Okay, yeah, they built, but the Lord said what? I will throw down. They built America. Well, we built America, but they run America, right? The Israelites built America. We built America, but the heathen, the Edomites, they run America, don't they? They run the world, don't they? Right? And they've been doing it since the Renaissance period. So their fall is on America's on a decline. Their fall is coming, man. Let's not forget that. See what the fuck that is. Okay, come. Let's not forget that, man. They're on a decline. Okay. Let me grab let me go back to you know what? I wanted to get one more thing really quick. Wasn't it Exodus? Maybe Exodus 6. So we can go back to this now in a video. This is Exodus 5. And so if you read, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but when you go through Exodus and you read Exodus 5, you will know that after Moses and Aaron said what they said to Pharaoh, or what the Lord told them to say, he made it hard for us. So we had to go get our own brick, and we still had to meet our quota, our daily quota, and go get our own shit to work with. And it was beating our ass, man. Okay, so our people eventually they got mad, right? They got mad, and and I'm gonna read this. This is Exodus 5, and I'll start at 21. It says, and they said unto, I'm gonna start at 20. It says, and they met Moses and Aaron. No, 19, Slakia. And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were in evil case, and it was said, ye shall not minish aught from your bricks of your daily task. And they met Moses and Aaron, who stood in the way as they came forth from Pharaoh, and they said unto them, the Lord Yahweh look upon you and judge, because ye have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants. It's like, yeah. Fuck you. Okay, Colin, let me run that back. It says, and they said unto them, the Lord Yahweh look upon you and judge, because ye have made our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to slay us. And Moses returned unto the Lord Yahweh and said, Lord, wherefore hast thou so evil entreated this people? Why is it that thou hast sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in thy name, he hath done evil to this people, neither hast thou delivered thy people at all. I'll read this. Exodus 6:1, it says, so our people came to Moses and was like, man, ever since you told him that, he been putting hell on us, man. So our people was mad, right? They were mad. Okay. And Moses went to the Lord and was like, hey, you haven't delivered. I did what you asked me to do. You haven't delivered your people. And this is what the Lord said. This is Exodus 6:1. And this is something to remember, right? Because we might have times in this modern day Egypt like this. Okay. But this is something to remember, man. Exodus 6:1, because the Lord is not a man that he should lie. His word doesn't go out void. We have to remember that. This is Exodus 6:1. It says, then the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh, for with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And that's exactly what he did. Okay, that's exactly what he did. The Lord smited Egypt with plagues, man. But scriptures also say I would smite Egypt with plagues as before. What Egypt is that talking about? It's talking about this modern day Egypt. Okay? Which is aka America. Okay? So with that, man, Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. I want to tell you brothers to keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.